that's not right. Oh. All right, so last we left off, the five. I was right the first time. 5 of you were able to. 5 brave Klingons were able to escape from B'Math 2 and the destructive treachery of the 3 houses and their attempt to blow away your ship and all aboard. Unfortunately, the only people who were able to escape were the 5 of you, along with Lore Singer, Sasir. A day has gone by under cloak as you fled to the nearby Azleza Expanse. You've had some time to eat, some time to rest, but always on the watch for possible hunters for your lives. Cut to the bridge. Where a few of you have been able to take your seats. There we go. With what little rest you could all manage, because, well, there's no second shift, there's no third shift, there's just the 5 of you, so, plus Sasir. So it was a lot of trying to manage who was sitting in the chair and who wasn't. So I will actually ask of those for Tarkin, Keldar, and Torg. I'm going to ask each of you to roll for me a fitness plus command roll, difficulty of 1, to see if you're feeling any traces of fatigue from your rather long shifts. So,
feeling great.
1 momentum generated by the look of it, because I think, Jordan, there you got at least 1 success, I would assume, with an 11. So all 3 of you are feeling fairly, I mean, you might have to bite back a yawn now and again, but beyond that, you're still ready for duty. You're still in fighting shape. You've probably gone through worse in your careers than having just to stay up a little later than normal. And as you're all getting in, and now in the second day, this is when all of you are on shift together at the same time. This little expanse before you appears to be an expanse of space where various nebulas and astronomical phenomena have basically coalesced into this wide expanse of space that's actually pretty hard to navigate and is fairly treacherous to those who aren't aware of how to fly it. Under cloak, your cloak as it was already made you somewhat hard to find, but hiding in the expanse has made your signature very hard to see. The downside is that if anyone's hiding out here, they're also just as hard to see as you are. This will likely have given you some time to shake off your pursuers. And as all the stations are starting to, as Hod Oda begins to request for status updates, he suddenly clenches his teeth and growls under his breath. You notice Rorik, the first officer, begins to do the same at his station. They both begin to froth at the mouth with a pink froth, and they collapse out of their chairs.
To jump up and try to check on them?
They need to be taken to sick bay if there is a sick bay on the ship.
Oh, there is one. Who's checking on them there?
Well, I'll check on them, but I have terrible medicine, so if somebody else wants to check on them, that's probably better.
My medicine is... I have 2 for medicine, but I don't know if that's good enough.
Tarkin has really good medicine, so he will come up and inspect the frothing to maybe use his tricorder to check what the frothing around the mouth is.
Reason medicine difficulty of 2.
Medicine.
I
Thinking
will
whether
roll
should
to
apply any focus.
assist if that helps.
Yep, you'll roll 1 die to help Tarkin.
I will also assist.
Okay.
15. Oh no, that's not good.
Hopefully Keldar can save this.
15.
There you go.
That's 3 successes, because that 1's a double there. So you only need a 2. You do have enough momentum to crush that.
Yeah, let's crush the difficulty. Or the
Complication.
complication, rather.
And what I can tell Keldar and Torg on a quick glance is that you two can tell that they're not dying, but they're not dead. Like they're not. They are still breathing, but they're unconscious. So you're able to kind of move them out of their chair a little bit and make sure they're not like drowning and that sort of thing.
Okay.
But Tarkin, you recognize certain readings on your tricorder. And I'm going to send you a message.
What's going on?
Find your...
God damn.
So Tarkin reads his tricorder. And he says, it appears there's a poison. Something that was being created by Raza. It looks like there's been something in the form of some slush that has been used to prevent Borg nanites from assimilating the body. A Klingon can quickly apply it to themselves before battle with the Borg. If the Borg are defeated, then the antidote can be applied to save this Klingon. The poison will render the body down and frustrate any Borg's attempts, so it appears that this has been something similar that has been used against the Borg. Cannot identify how they may have been poisoned, however.
Tarkin, can you use Borg nanites to counteract the effects?
Cecere speaks up. I don't believe we have any aboard.
You're talking to somebody who is a former Borg.
And you still have nanites in your system?
Yeah. You can't get rid of nanites.
Oh. Cecere looks at Tarkin and shrugs like, she's a historian, not a doctor, so she has no clue beyond that.
Perhaps we can make an attempt if we can get a sample from you. We'll have to investigate further.
Do you
Would
have
it
a
be
collection
easier to
vessel?
find the antidote?
What was that?
Would it be easier to find that out?
To what? I missed the bit there. Would it be easier to what?
The antidote. Find the antidote.
Oh, I don't know whether does the poison have provocative? Yeah. Would we have this antidote as a general supply on board?
Insight medicine difficulty 1 as you think about that very question.
Oh, okay.
I can provide nanites. That's not a problem. Just have to have a vessel to collect them.
Oh no, not rolling very well.
You're not entirely sure. You're not in the you're not part of the medical branch of the KDF, so it's not something you usually worry about.
We have not been aboard this ship for very long. I am unsure whether the medical department here would supply that.
Cecilia turns around and starts tapping at the computer. Could you put the readings over to here? Maybe I can look it up.
Passes it on. And then he recalls, I understand that House SupQit'aH leader, previous to Order, had it was being used as an assassination tool previously. So perhaps someone had poisoned these our leaders here.
Maybe the people who attacked us in the temple.
Their weapon was tinged with this poison.
Highly possible.
It doesn't appear that the computer doesn't seem to say that we have any in stock there aboard ship. They have been keeping this up to date for ready use in the event of an emergency, but they must not have thought that they needed the antidote on hand. I would assume they thought they could simply synthesize the antidote if needed. But it's in here. I see the antidote in system, and she points at her screen. It's there, but I don't know how we're supposed to synthesize it.
Is there a recipe on how it's made?
I think so. I don't even understand most of the terms on here, but it seems to list the design of it.
Well,
Do we have the ingredients?
Ingredients. It seems we lack the facilities, according to the computer. It requires a military hospital, since it's a controlled substance. The medical bay aboard this vessel has been upgraded for that use.
Is there anything we can do to slow the poisons?
Insight medicine difficulty 2.
We don't have any.
Sorry about that. Since I asked, I rolled.
Okay. That's 3 dice. So you.
Did you?
Unless
Well, I'll only be able to take the first 2 since you didn't, unless you're spending a threat to buy an extra die.
Yeah, I'll spend the threat.
Okay.
Even though it's an accidental third roll.
So that is. Does 12 hit it? Let's see. is... Well, that one's 2 hits, but you do have a complication, unfortunately. So you know, Torg, that there's a method that the Starfleet used that whenever they came into a situation like this was to put people in stasis to keep them stable for a while until a better trained doctor can come along to deal with whatever disease it was. It stabilizes them, but it's a short-term solution.
So I have a question. Do we have an EMH on board?
No. Ship's too old.
Go figure.
I don't think we have any sort of holographic emitters.
Oh, there's the training rooms. Those have holographic emitters in them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't exactly carry around a EMH program on me.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
So let's get them into
Let's get them into stasis.
I can probably grab one, but someone should probably stay on the bridge in the intervening time, in case we're under attack again.
I'm taking Khan, so I've got the bridge. Get these 2 to stasis.
We'll assist with getting them to stasis.
Okay, so Keller, you're going to grab Rurik, I suppose?
Yes.
Tarkin's grabbing Oda. 2 of you give me fitness plus... Plus con or medicine, whichever's better for you. Difficulty of 1 to see if it takes you an inordinate amount of time to get them there and back again. So Keldar will head out. Tarkin will be able to head out. Generate a momentum each. Torg. As you're flying along, whoops, I grabbed insert tokens. Oopsie. Put that back. I can clear this out. You know where the seats are. I don't need markers for them. Torg, give me insight command difficulty of 1 to see if you notice anything from the chair as you start programming in and getting a feel for the ship and its surroundings.
Not bad.
Insight. And 2 hits. See a focus, so I'll just take 2 hits. That still generates a momentum, I believe. Yep, so...
I'm going to see if I have a focus.
Oh, I should roll for the ship now that I think about it, because there's something that would help. Yep. Actually get 2 momentum.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I can add a focus for Starship Familiarity. Or Starship Operations.
I'll take Starship Operations, yeah. So... that be enough to give you something here? Let me get your sheet. Make you roll. Yeah.
I'm putting it in right now.
Yep. So that gives you a additional hit. Torg, as you're sitting there getting your feel for the ship and your surroundings, you have this creeping dread that starts to come out over you for a second. One that you can keep to yourself, of course, but the problem you have is that you were at a skeleton crew to begin with when it was the 5 of you. A ship of this size isn't really operatable by 3 people for long duration. If you get into any fight, you are in severe danger. because you guys, each character can, in theory, run up to two stations at a time. So captain, tactical, sensor ops, engineering, con. Like the three of you can just barely run the ship right now. If any three of you get hurt during a battle, you're basically screwed. You have no way to really recover from that, short of abandoning the ship. So, first thing that comes to mind is you probably don't want to get into a fight in this condition. Secondly, losing yet another house leader would be rather demoralizing for House SupQit'aH, and it may embolden the efforts of the traitors to seize SupQit'aH's power. Even though there is Keldar still up and moving, that's still that's a lot of heirs being wiped out in one go. So their lives, for the sake of their house, they need to be saved no matter the cost. Otherwise, House SupQit'aH is in real trouble, even with Keldar trying to take up the reins.
Agreed. I would like to call up the star chart.
You pull up a chart of the Azleza Expanse, a variety of planets and colonies and outposts appear on your chair as Tarkin and Keldar come back after a quick jog from Medbay back up to the bridge.
I'm looking for any military bases more along the lines of Starfleet, as they are neutral in this and would most likely be able to supply aid. As much as I hate to depend on them, they're our best shot.
The nearest military facility, it is mothballed currently, is the military base of Dahlou on Mingi 2. It's used to be one of the House Rasa's research facilities, but they've since abandoned it during the Dominion War. That would be a place you could hole up and even land the ship and kind of hunker down, because it's a place that most people wouldn't think to look. The nearest Starfleet facility, let me look up how far away that is from you, because I can tell, because you are looking that up as well, and you might want to know that. The nearest Starfleet facility is about 5 days away at max warp. Whereas the nearest the facility I mentioned is...
Facility might be able to patch us up a little bit, but the best bet to fully equip the ship would be the Starfleet facility. So I'm going to make the decision to head for both. We can do it Raza's facility first.
You can get to the facility inside of a couple hours. You're actually fairly close to it.
But we're still going to need to head to Starfleet afterwards for help with the captain and first officer, because they have the medical facilities. We don't. Which I will discuss with the crew as soon as they get back to the bridge.
They walk up to the bridge and take their seats. 2 seats notably absent. I presume, Torg, that you're going to link Tactical up with the chair?
Correct.
Where's Khan going to go? Like flying? Who's flying the ship? Because right now Keldar's controlling engineering communication.
I'm not so good with con, but
Fortunately, I am. I can only have 2 things tied to the chip.
But the captain controls are linked in there as well, like the command codes for like disarming the ship, taking control of the other stations.
Can switch switch out between con and tactical.
Whoops. Try not to move the map. So you're putting them both here. Oh, it's not a message I need to worry about yet. So, what do the three of you do?
We'll head to the Raza facility.
We're going to head to the Raza facility to do what patchwork we can, and as soon as we are decently flight capable, we will head to the nearest Starfleet base for medical care.
So, we're not sure whether that Raza facility has the sufficient medical equipment that the law singer had mentioned that we needed.
Give me Insight Medicine difficulty 1.
Klingon history apply.
It would, actually.
So Insight Medicine 14.
Generated another momentum. You're at max momentum currently. Thinking about it, a facility like that, House Rasa, even before Rasa's time and her forebears, they're on the most advanced. They do advanced research and development, so they would have state of the art. Even in that facility, they're probably fairly state of the art, even for its era. So it would have, if it didn't have a medical facility to make it, it would have a pharmaceutical facility to synthesize what you're looking for.
Okay, so I regard Torg and say, La, perhaps this facility, we may be able to create an antidote. It should have sufficient facilities and equipment to generate it, synthesize it. We may not need to render the existence of Starfleet.
To get into advisement, we are still heading towards the Raza facility. Maximum work.
Might we want to pick up some crew first?
If we come across any that wish to join us along the way, we will accept them.
Are there any other planets on route that I guess are predominantly House SupQit'aH?
Not nearby. The nearest, the Asleza Expanse is. Actually, I'll actually give you there's a roll for that. Reason plus security, difficulty of 2.
We should spend momentum on the roll.
Who's rolling? Is someone rolling for that?
I can roll. I'll roll.
Okay.
Gonna spend any momentum for extra dice?
I am. I will spend 3 momentum for 2 extra dice.
2, 3. And I'll roll for the ship. 18 won't help you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Generate 1 momentum. Do you wish to quash that complication?
I do.
Actually, sorry. I generated 3 momentum. Because that one, it doesn't double the ones for some reason. You have I don't think you have a relevant focus, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so 1 and 2 to quash. So you're down to 4 momentum. There is a SupQuit'aH facility station within the expanse that you're aware of and able to look up on the computer. That facility would be about a day away from your current position.
Sounds like it would be better if we went to the Raza facility first and then headed to his.
So the Raza was closer, was it? Less than a day.
We said a couple hours.
Oh, okay. Yes, I agree. It is important that we gather more crew, but we must attempt to save their lives first.
It would probably also be best for the house leader to be up and on his feet before we try to recruit more crew.
To see your eyes, Keldar, for a moment, but says nothing.
Can I try to figure out what that eyeing meant?
Insight command, difficulty 1. Generate a momentum. So generate a momentum. There we go. You get the feeling that she's surprised you didn't try to take leadership of the house right there and then. Like some Klingon, some more ambitious Klingons might have chosen this moment to try to seize command of the house. Not of the ship, because you'd have to fight Torg for it, which but. She says nothing. It's more of a, she's surprised that you're not doing that. Not angry, just surprised.
Bad idea to try and fight me.
Okay.
Should I send any messages to the facility in advance, or should we wait till we get there first after we deal with this military facility that we're going to?
Send a message.
What do you want the message to say?
House SupQuit'aH flies again. We need brave warriors.
I will program the message in and send it off.
I'll make this a little harder than just that. 1, 2. I have plenty of thread anyway.
Oh.
President's command, difficulty 3, to send a rallying cry to the soldiers at the SupQuit'aH outpost, hidden in the
Would
expanse.
that be for me to roll?
Yeah, you could.
Can I assist?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Oh, I have the itchiest eye in the world. So annoying. Ow.
Damn.
Can't assist because he didn't get a single success, unfortunately.
Oh.
Would you like to quash that complication?
Yeah, let's buy the complication off.
Okay. The message will be sent, but how they'll respond remains to be seen.
Okay.
I presume you guys are you're remaining under cloak. You guys didn't say you're coming out of it yet.
Yeah. Unless ordered otherwise, I will maintain the cloaking device.
New scene as you.
Calm down, okay?
So you'll lose 1 momentum. Coming into the Mingi system after a few hours. Sensors show that you're in system. There seems to be the planet you're trying to get to is Mingi 2. There seems to be a rather dense asteroid field between the outer edge of where Mingi 3 would be and where the inner planets are.
Okay.
Can I scan if there's any other ships in the system, maybe that aren't cloaked?
Using science difficulties. It's not difficulty 0. I forgot you're in the Expanse. Sorry, it's diff 2. Normally it's be diff 0 to do a sensor sweep, but you're in the Expanse. Everything is here is a little harder to see.
Can I get assistance from the ship as well?
Yep, the ship will be rolling to assist.
And I'm gonna use a. No, I won't. No, I will. Can I use threat to add a dice so that I can re-roll any additional ones?
Oh, you have bold science?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
And sensor ops as a focus.
Yep.
Okay, so.
And then the ship.
Three successes.
I doubt it, because the ship's stats are bad because you don't have a crew. Yeah. No, it didn't help. It needs to roll 10 or lower. But you did succeed. You got at least... Oh, no, heck. You got...
3?
3, yeah.
So I'll bank that.
You want to re-roll that 18?
Oh, yeah, I should. There you go.
Right.
So, what's that? Another 2 because it's a focus.
Oh, you have a... There you go.
Focus of 5.
Scanning the system, you detect no other ships in the area. If they're cloaked, you might not notice any cloaked ships, but any visible ships are in the area. Though you do sense that there are a few energy signatures active on Mingi 2. Yeah.
Can I tell what kind of ships is it, or whether they're active?
Your free science question will capture that, because you're the science officer. It would look to be that the signatures on Mingi 2 are actually, they seem to be planetary defense systems. Turrets and planetary shields. Like surface side shields.
So, as that comes up, I tell Torg, there does not appear to be any ships in the system, but perhaps we may encounter some planetary defense as we approach Mingi 2. We should be prepared. Perhaps it may be appropriate to come out of cloak as we pass through the asteroid belt.
Agreed, because we may need our weapons to get by the planetary defenses.
Well,
Bring
as
us
our
out of
shields.
I will turn off the cloaking device. And
What is our shield status?
believe shields are at full.
Once you come out of cloak, you'll be able to put your shields up to full. You firing on weapons or just putting shields up?
Both.
Both? Okay, so your weapons hot and shields up.
Because we don't know what the planetary defenses have been programmed to shoot at.
Is there a way to essentially hack into the planetary defenses and disable them remotely?
Typically such defenses, if they're active, you all three would know this being KDF officers. Such facilities are usually not automated. There's usually a Klingon, for the systems to be active, there needs to be someone manually at the turret controls. So someone's actively working on them. The only way to really shut them off would be to get control of the power system or gain direct access to the computer system. Or have the RASA house command codes, because this is a RASA facility.
Don't we have somebody here from Rasa?
Yeah, Tarkin is, but I don't think he'd be high enough to. Would he know the command codes?
Give me insight, command, or con, difficulty 1.
Insight, command. That's the same. Ah, damn. I'll buy off that complication again.
Oh no. So yeah, you wouldn't have you're not high enough rank or in title in the house to shut down the entire facility, but you would have access to it. You'd be able to access the facility with your codes, which eventually could get you to a computer, and then you could manually shut it off. You wouldn't be able to do it remotely. That's a house leader thing or a master at arms thing.
All right, I tell them.
Can you at least get into the system and identify us as friendly?
I say, those planetary defenses are controlled by individuals rather than automated. They may identify a ship as House SupQit'aH, so we may not be able to shut them down remotely, or identify as friendly considering the current political climate.
Alright, then we blow them out of the sky.
You command.
So you're gonna start moving in to attack the planet?
Attack range of the planetary defenses.
Whoops, way too loud. There we go.
So how many platforms are we looking at?
First, you have to get into range. As you begin to fly through the asteroid field. Looking at control con difficulty of 3.
Should use some momentum if you, because it's difficulty 3.
And the ship will assist, though don't depend on the ship to do very well. It has to roll 10 or lower, basically, for almost anything. Actually, for this, it has to even roll lower than that, but still.
I'm gonna spend the momentum to buy an extra dice.
Okay.
You might want to. Is your con control very good? You might use all of it.
My con is 3.
So what's your target? Okay.
And engines are okay, so it needs to roll an 11 on its own. That didn't help. Oh wait, does it have any ship abilities that would help you here? No. And target number 14. So 1, 2, 3. So you're able to fly through the asteroid field rather easily. Well, nearly easily, I should say. And you were asking how many planetary defenses there were?
Yes.
There's
At
two.
least on the side of the planet that we're coming in towards.
Say again, sorry?
So at least on the side of the planet we are heading towards.
Yeah. There are 2 main cannons, and then there's the shielding of the building itself, of the facility itself.
So we're going to take out the planetary defenses and the shields. Alright.
Are we using combat rounds? So do we need to pay to retain?
Not yet. You haven't started shooting yet, but you're getting ready to approach. I wanted to make sure you guys didn't get damage on the way through the asteroid field.
Right. Can I scan for weaknesses if before we attack? If that's what we're gonna do first.
Save.
You can attempt to scan from where you are before you get into weapons range, because right now you're at medium to long. You're at medium, long,
So
extreme.
Would we be in torpedo range?
A torpedo shot from here would be a difficulty 4 shot. To get your scan in, because that's the other thing too. You guys aren't in combat proper because no one's shooting at each other yet. You guys are the ones going like, we're gonna prepare for combat, and we're gonna do some combat-y things, but no one's shooting at each other yet, so there's no rounds quite yet.
Let's get into range first, and maybe we'll see whether it attacks. They attack because we're not sure. Because do we know whether it's abandoned?
That would be a momentum spend.
Okay. Well, should we spend momentum to know whether it's abandoned?
I would.
Yeah. Okay.
It would seem there are at least 7 life signs in the facility, which is bare bones for the facility. That's a skeleton crew for a facility that size. Because that's like imagine a starbase, a whole like military base with labs and stuff. There should be hundreds of people there.
Okay. So I report to talk. It appears that the facility is manned with very few individuals. It may be that they could get some communications out regarding our impending attack. So perhaps Keldar can, what's that again? With the communications, decrypt or something. Let me think. What was I thinking about?
You're thinking of jamming the communication.
Jamming, yes, jamming communications. Perhaps we
Either
should
we
jam
jam the
signals.
communications or knock out communications entirely. See if there's a communications platform.
You could jam the systems mechanically. Signal jamming is a thing you could do. You'd have your comms officer Keldar basically roll a control engineering test. Keldar would set it at either aim for difficulty 1, 2, or 3. If you hit that number, that becomes how hard it is for them to send a message out. It uses up one of your power points for the scene.
Versus destroying the communications?
You would have to it'd be firing at a particular part. It's an instance. Sorry, I'm flipping my words. The communication facility is inside the shields, so you'd have to do at least 5 damage, and it'd probably be, if you're in range, it'd be 1 difficulty higher than normal, because you're not aiming at the facility in general, you're aiming for a specific spot. Basically, as hard as it would be to fire at just the guns, rather than just firing at anywhere on the station.
So there's no base platform for communication.
Yeah, we're targeting it. I think that's what he's saying, rather than just attacking the facility. We're targeting a system.
Yeah, there's no subspace satellite in orbit. The facility, the subspace transponder's inside the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, then let's jam up their communications.
All right. All right, Kildare. How high difficulty are you going to shoot for?
Can we do it at this range, or do we also need to get closer?
Thankfully, with jamming, you just blanket the area with subspace static, so it's just a matter of making sure it's thick enough that it doesn't jam you out at the same time. Because a subspace jam can hit an entire star system in one go. Thankfully. Kildare?
It's on mute at the moment. So.
Yeah.
So let's activate the jam
Apologies.
once we're a bit closer.
I'll aim for a difficulty of 2 and spend a momentum for an extra die.
Okay.
What is the roll that I'm rolling again?
Control engineering.
Roll engineering. And I don't suppose EPS systems would apply here?
No.
Okay.
You'd need like Starship communications or electronic warfare or something like that.
Does the ship assist? Oh,
It does, yeah.
suppose. I got 3 successes.
The ship helps. It actually gives you a hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. You're aiming for how many?
2.
2. So you gain 2 momentum. I typed in momentum for giving out the thing. So you are now jamming the planet and the system of communications.
Jamming has been established.
Acknowledged.
Can I check to see if they've tried to send any communications?
They're gonna try because jamming just kicked in.
Assume that's a fail.
No, because because that one's 2 hits. A message is getting out. They're just managing to break through your jamming.
They've managed to break through the jamming. Can I read what the message says?
Aha, that's an intercept communication test. That is... I didn't roll to encrypt it, so I have to spend threat for that. I'm smart. Slot threat. Oh well. I'll flip with it. That's what I get for not doing it first. You're looking at a diff 2. You don't know what you're rolling yet. That'd be helpful to know. It would be insight or control plus engineering.
So we have paper in the cabinet.
Ship does assist. Or will attempt to assist anyway.
I'll spend a threat for an extra die.
Okay. Ship doesn't help.
4 successes.
To generate 2 extra momentum. Message reads, unidentified Klingon craft is jamming our systems. Requesting orders.
Can I tell who it was sent to?
It is sent to Rasa Command, House Rasa Command.
Okay. They have sent a message to House Rasa Command, informing them of the situation.
Given the distance, they probably don't see us. All they're probably noticing is that the subspace fields are being jammed.
Okay, so they haven't identified us yet.
Though if we get close
Maintain
enough, they might be able to read us.
silence until we get closer. I want weapons hot.
Did you guys move closer to the planet?
Yes. I want us to move closer.
Let's get into medium range. I think that's when our cannons would work most effectively.
Your banks work at medium, cannons are at close.
Ah, okay. Which ones did you want to use?
I'll use phaser banks.
Okay, so medium. Do you want to show up in this hex closest to the sun, or do you want to be further out in the orbital path? I don't know why that says feet. I need to change that.
Hold on. Let me.
Can we be there as well?
This will put you at long range. Because you don't shoot across the diagonal, you shoot across the lines.
Ah, right.
I suppose you could be here too. All that matters is that you're adjacent to it. To fire at medium.
Let's go to the left quadrant.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you move there.
We'll continue to monitor communication channels to see if they send any other messages.
For 2 momentum, they can fail to be able to identify you at this range. Otherwise, they're going to make it.
Spend it. If we have it, spend it.
Message sent. Unidentified craft has moved into medium range. Too much interference in area. Orders, please. There's no response back to them, though. They're just sending out information. Which, given how far away you are from the nearest Rasa facility, it's going to take... There's going to be a little bit of a lag. But eventually, they're going to get orders back. Presumably.
So with the treachery that's occurred so far, would we be confident that all of House Rasa will be into it? Or I guess considering Tarkin's from there, or is it possible to that they may not know about the coup that's occurred?
Insight Command difficulty 1. Or security.
It's all the same. So inside. There you go.
Jeez. So 2 momentum generated.
No, just yeah.
Yeah. Thinking about it, given the numbers of in the party that they have and their distance from the main attack force, this might be just a standard reclamation team that was dropped off here by another ship to try to reclaim the facility or start it back up. They might not be informed of what's going on beyond their mission.
If that's the case, considering I guess even Tarkin was not a traitor and hasn't really determined whether the traitors, can we try to convince them of kind of allowing us access? Well, I'll go to talk. Perhaps these warriors of House Rasa, scientists from House Rasa, are not aware of the current political situation. Perhaps we may be able to persuade them to side with SupQuit'aH and honor their loyalty to our house.
Do it. I prefer not to engage in a fight at this point in time.
Maybe I'll contact them. I advise Keldar to put me to comms, and I guess I will speak as a member of House Raza.
Yep, I will attempt to open a channel and put him on screen.
To connect you up, because there's a bit of distance, it will be control engineering difficulty of 2, assisted by the ship.
Spend a threat for a die.
Okay.
Engineering.
Ships of no help.
So, with bold engineering, can I reroll a die?
You could reroll at 17, yeah?
Okay, I would like to do so.
Yeah, go for it.
There.
Do you have a focus in this? No?
Nice.
No, I don't.
So you get 1 extra momentum. You're able to connect. Your channel's open. You have to cut through a bit of interference, but you're able to get to them.
I call out members of House Rasa. It is the Dokchonaka, a ship commanded by Oda. Fortunately, he is currently unavailable. However, I am Sog Tarkin of House Rasa. As you may not know, Raza has attempted treachery and have gone against House SupQit'aH. We are the only ones that are loyal to House SupQit'aH. What is your current state of affairs?
Sorry, do you keep it audio only, or do you put him on screen? Don't want to assume there, sorry.
Yeah, we'll put it. I think Keldar mentioned it. We were going to go on screen.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
A Klingon face appears. I am Bo Hoka of the Rasa Reclamation Team. You're Dukchana? I didn't realize it was in service.
It is old ship, however, it's been refitted for our purposes here. Where does your loyalty lie, Bo?
With the Empire. In House Rasa.
Well, House Rasa has decided to go against House SupQuit'aH. I am currently still allied with SupQuit'aH. Where is your honor? What does your honor tell you?
Give me presence plus command.
Okay. Can I? I'm gonna add a focus of persuasion here, perhaps.
Sure.
Why? Because he is used to trying to persuade people to help to fund any of his experiments. So, that's not necessarily a focus for Klingons. So presence and command with a focus.
Difficulty 3, complication of 19 to 20.
Oh.
I spent threat to make it harder.
Okay. I will I'll buy 2 dice, so for 3 momentum. So that's 4 dice altogether. So presence command is not very good, so 11. And 19, did you say?
Yep.
Okay. Can we get any assistance at all? Maybe from Keldar, as he's in the second in the house, second eldest.
Yeah.
So I'll roll presence and command as well.
Yes.
Okay.
I could roll if anybody needs it, but I don't think you will. Maybe.
You can roll to assist, because you're on the view screen. You can look imposing and giving a judging look at the boo.
Success.
We got success. Cool.
You've just gotten it. You've gotten diff 3 so far. Well, Sock,
It's just
my
that Torg's, when looking at Torg, he's very imposing because of certain Borg tech.
say again, sorry.
Said Torg is very imposing because he still has Borg tech technically still on him.
He still has those telltale bits of Borg on his face and stuff.
Yep. Kind of like 7 and 9, but a little bit more so.
Well, yeah, because Klingons don't mind if you look a little menacing. It's like, no, well, we're going to keep that. Hoka kind of looks between the three of you. I follow your lead, Sog, Tarkin. I will allow you into the facility. I admit I am confused about matters, but it is not for me to reason the whys of it, just to attend to orders, and that is what I'll do. If you wish to oppose the House leader, that's your business, not mine. Are you going to land here at the base, or are you going to just beam down?
Should we beam down? It's probably. Oh no, we don't have anyone on ship, so maybe we should land. Right, no one's going to be operating it in orbit. I say to them, I understand you sent out some communications alerting to our presence. Perhaps you may resend that to command and inform them that it is certainly just a glitch in your sensor array.
Oka narrows his eyes at you. Is that an order, Sog?
What do you think it is, Boo? Did I not just tell you to do it?
He nods. Sir? Give me, it's going to be a presence security roll opposed. You're basically trying to make it, give Hoka enough of a believable lie that whoever's listening on the other end won't, see through the fact that he's falsifying a report. Like, he's definitely not rolling. Although Hoka will roll to assist because he's trying to obey your orders. He's not used to lying to officers.
Alright.
And he's lying to his high command effectively. He's like,
So what was that again? Presence command.
Commander security opposed.
Because my security is fairly high.
If you want to tell them what maybe we send like a text message or something.
Yeah, like trying to keep it as...
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess maybe I'll assist Torg as he's can be the primary roller.
What's the difficulty?
It's opposed. The other side's going to be rolling dice, and you're trying to beat... If they get more than you, then they win. If you get more than them, you win. If it's a tie, we'll figure it out when that happens.
How many momentum do we have?
2.
I'll buy an extra dice.
Okay.
Can I use persuasion as a focus?
I would rather have you use deception as a focus, but I'll let you use persuasion and increase complication.
No, that's fine. Actually, yes, I will do that. Probably better. 19.
So 1, 2, 3 successes. You gain a momentum as the other side does not see through the ruse, or they won't anyway.
Okay. Shall we proceed to the planet, Tor? Sorry.
Let's proceed to the planet. Is communication still open?
Oh, yes, sorry.
I direct my attention to the sergeant on the planet and order them to drop the shield and prep a landing pad.
Yes, La. We don't have a landing pad per se. There is a... we'll direct you to the nearest space for your ship to land, sir.
That will be acceptable. Torg out.
You move to land on the planet, presumably?
Yep.
New scene, you go down 1 momentum.
As we come into the atmosphere, I order the landing gear for struts to be lowered.
I presume you take down shields as well, so you don't just fry the surface of the planet.
Yes. And I stand down weapons as well.
Move to land. And actually, there's some stuff they make known to you, because you're not hostile to them anymore, so you get to know where everybody is. Shields. The cannons, as you come to move down, they swerve away from aiming at the ship to visibly show you that they're not aiming at you. They just focus aiming up into the sky. A green haze of shield energy drops. And a few Klingons will move to a nearby part of the mountain side. I assume all three of you are disembarking from the ship?
Yes.
Yes.
A bit of the mountainside opens up, and a path becomes visible to you as you step toward the opening. And two Klingon warriors wait on the other side for you, standing at relative attention.
They all House Rasa.
Yep, they're wearing the House Rasa badges.
Tarkin will say, Kapla, where are your medical facilities? There's the
They gesture to the facility to your right, rather than the hub to your right, rather than the one to your left.
Take us there.
Sir.
See whether they're following.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oop. Presumably Targ will follow along. Walking into the facility, it looks to be that this place was a weapons laboratory. For you, you can see various, although it looks rather abandoned and dusty still. But you can see the occasional, like there's no, the station's lights are on, but it looks like there's a few bits that are still turned off, like they're on secondary power rather than primary. But eventually they lead you to what looks to be a medical lab. They start clearing some of the space for you, so you can get access to some of the panels, and they start turning some of them on because they seem to have left a lot of them off to save power.
Can I see whether we have the equipment here that's required to create that antidote?
Yes. And given the facilities that you have available to you, you're looking at a difficulty 3. And this is an extended task. Have we done that at this table yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. So with extended tasks, you have to do multiple rolls. It's not a one-off. So you're aiming for the difficulty, but what you're trying to do, think of it like attacking something, except you're attacking with your medicine score +2, and you're trying to whittle away the work track and doing enough damage to it, as it were, to generate magnitude. And that, once you get enough magnitude, in this case 3, that is success at the task. So every time you do a test, a certain amount of time passes, and that can. So the fewer rolls you do, the better off you are, because that means less time has passed. If you critically fail somewhere along the way, that could cost you work or cause resistance. Resistance is basically the armor for the attack. It reflects how difficult or complex the task might be, rather than just straight difficulty, like how hard it is just to get any work done. So yes.
So work is 15.
Yep.
How many intervals do we have?
You're not certain. You should have quite a few, you think, because you're able to fool the.
So we're no time limit.
Yeah. Although the longer it takes you, the longer it takes for the captain and the commander to get their cure. They could take more and more damage the longer this takes.
And while that's going on, is there any way they can help us patch up the ship?
Give me Reason Command difficulty 2. To see, like, as you're able to kind of reason out how much supplies are here that could be of help to you down the line.
Do we have any momentum? Or
there's 1 momentum on the table.
I'm going to use it.
Okay. I don't know if you have a relevant focus for this, otherwise you'd have 2. Oh, I would actually take Starship Operations for this one, so that works out.
I was going to say either Starship Operations or Survival or Cybernetics.
That's true, yeah. Survival or Starship Operations would get this. You get the feeling that if between you 3 and these 6, they could scavenge from the facility. You basically would be pressing them into service on your ship to serve there. So them as personnel would work. They're all enlistees, but hey, everyone in the KDF's trained a little bit on Starship Operations, so they'll be of some help. Especially as Rasa enlistees. They're trained to be not great engineers, but they're good scientists. And so they'll be able to make things work. This would, in effect, restore, if you pull these guys in and their supplies, that would restore the Duck Tanaka's science department to 2 instead of the base 1 that it's at right now. And you'd have access to Hoka as a supporting character. Because he would be the other guys are people you could join, but I don't know if you guys want to bother statting out Beck so-and-so and Beck such and such. Like low-level warriors. But hey, there are options down the line.
We need somebody to do cooking on the and animal care aboard the ship.
Well, Tarkin would be happy to have a whole department.
Yeah, actually have a science department.
Yeah.
Then we'll take them.
Alright, give me Presence Command difficulty 1 to press them into service. It's an easy task, it's just making sure that no one tries to challenge for your authority or anything like that.
Damn.
Presence Command, you need a 13, that's 2 16s. We'll get to that in a moment. Actually, you could re-roll that if you wish to spend toward one of your values. I don't know.
Yeah, I will not be defeated.
Yeah, I'll actually take that. I was hemming and hawing at that one. So you can re-roll your 2 dice. Oh, you got 1 hit. That's what you needed. As you have a chat, as Tarkin's working away and Kowler's looking around, you communicate with Hoka over the comms about pressing him into service and being sufficiently intimidating enough that he doesn't think he has a shot at challenging you guys for the ship, because there is 3 of you and there's 6 of his guys. He could just take the ship for himself. But he decides it's better not to challenge you on this one.
Right, because the 3 of us are very high-class warriors.
Yeah.
With a tenacity for battle and glory.
Can Keldar assist with the extended task?
He sure can.
Yeah.
So we'll roll for that for the first interval.
I mean, while you guys are working on that, do we still have the extent of the battle damage?
Yeah, you guys would still have some breaches on the ship, as I recall. Those you can't fix until you get to a space dock. So that other facility you heard about, that's SupQuit'aH, you probably could get repairs done there. This facility could do it, but there's too few people. Actually, let me take that back. Hold on, let me think about it.
If I take repair team leader, we can repair one breach for each successful thing, right?
The tricky bit about that talent is that you need to do it the moment you got hurt. It has to happen in the middle of battle. I forget how many breaches you guys have. I'd have to look it up. But this facility could do it. You guys would just have to stay here for it's at least 1 day per breach. So, and I think you guys had like 2 or 3 breaches off the top of my head. So you'd be 2 or 3 days repairing. But you could repair the ship from here. Because this is a military facility. They would have the supplies to do it. And there's enough of you that you could get it done and take shifts and so on.
Let's get the ship operational.
Yep. So you're gonna start. So some of the guys will start working at it to begin with Boo helping with that. Because I know you need.
10 people. Don't need that many people working on the antidote. We can have the majority work on the ship.
With your Boo suggests that he leaves some people on the cannons still, in case anyone tries to attack you guys while you're working on all this.
Agreed.
Okay. Whoops! I don't know why I pulled that guy down. I need him up there. What am I doing? Oop. So Boo Hoka starts working on the ship with his Beck warriors. I just said warrior twice. Don't mind me.
Come on, go.
All right. So, extended task roll. Keldar and Tarkin.
So
Would this apply as research? Get research at some point, but would that be appropriate here?
I would take it, yeah. You're looking over the research data and applying it. Yeah.
Does it focus? Okay, so reason, medicine.
So the resist one makes complication range 19 or 20?
No, it just, that's for later. That's not at this stage.
So that will be 3 successes for me.
Plus 1 more, so that's 1 momentum generated. So you succeeded so far. Now, Tarkin, you roll. Your medicine score plus 2 in challenge dice.
Okay, so that's 6.
This will determine how much work you're getting accomplished this interval.
I don't have any relevant talents.
Huh. 6. Resist at this point is when it goes down, so instead of getting 6 work, you get 5 work done. 5 work is enough to get 1 magnitude. I did not write down magnitude in the thing. That would have been helpful for all of us.
Magnitude you said was 3.
3. So you got 1 of 3 magnitude done. You have 5 of 15 work done. Because you get 1 magnitude, difficulty goes down 1, so it goes down to 2. So you spend about an hour researching and double checking your work and making sure it's processing properly. So far, so good. You seem to be you're able to determine that this facility does in fact have the appropriate ingredients and can replicate the ingredients you don't already have sufficiently.
So we'll start replicating that in order to synthesize a compound.
That's another roll.
Yeah. Let me know if you need any nanites.
Do we just pluck them off your body?
I'll give you a sample of my blood, and you can strain them from the blood.
Does the recipe or the what is it? Ingredients actually require them?
It wouldn't require them, but it could make them more effective. What that would do, it would reset the difficulty back to 3 and increase the resistance to 2. But if you achieve the roll, you would have a potent, a especially potent version of the cure, because the nanites are being programmed to apply the cure more rapidly.
Okay.
But it's more difficult to do because you're adding an extra step to the process.
Would the Hod want Borg technology involved in his healing?
Yeah, does that mean he actually gets infected with the nanites?
It's possible, but if you program them right, you can program them to do the work and then self-destruct. Which is what most of Torg's nanites do, like beyond the ones that are absolutely necessary. Anything else that's extraneous just self-destructs into harmless bits that are flushed through his system and recycled through his implants.
Most of mine are meant for healing anyways.
Yeah.
So the base programming's already there, you just have to give them specific instruction.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright, difficulty goes up back to 3, resistance now 2.
Otherwise, if they were fully active, I'd still be bored.
Yeah.
I'll buy a momentum for a dice.
Okay.
As is, I was an abnormal Borg anyways. I could resist the Queen at will.
You get a communication from Cecile on the ship there, Torg. Lorsinger Cecile to La Torg.
Torg here.
There's a bunch of Klingons seeking to gain access to the ship. I wanted to make sure it was all right with you. Boo Hoka says he's here to help repair the ship.
Yes, they're there to help us fix the ship.
Should I give them full access, or should I keep my blade drawn, La?
Keep your blade at the ready, but allow them access to the sectors that are damaged. I don't want them anywhere near the command codes.
Yes, La. I will keep them away from the bridge and any of the vital systems that they aren't supposed to be working on. Should I do any executions or whippings, or should I just let the Boo worry about that?
Let them handle themselves.
Okay.
If I find anything amiss, I will administer the blade myself.
Yes, La. I'll report if anything changes. Lorsinger out. So another attempt at synthesizing the cure.
So we got 4 successes.
Oops, I scrolled up. That's why I was confused. Good read. Okay, so gain a momentum back.
Let them be.
Roll for me the 6 challenge dice.
No, wait for this jack off.
Good gravy. So that's 7 work. Sorry, that is 6 work. Still enough for a breakthrough. Difficulty drops to 2 again. So you're able to you're able to start synthesizing a lot of the ingredients you need, and you have the nanites appropriately programmed. Now it's a matter of mixing the two together to create the cure that you need.
Same roll again.
Same roll. That generates 1 momentum. Roll 6 challenge dice. Might get this in rapid time, actually.
Yeah. How much do we have left? Can we maybe use the moment?
If you get at least 5 work, you'll hit it. You'll get enough magnitude to clear it. Now with 4, you could spend 1 momentum to re-roll the zeros.
Yeah, I'll do that. So that's 3 zeros.
Yep. So that 4 would be turned into 2. Puts it to 4. If you spend that 1 last momentum, that'll get you 5, and that'll get you your last magnitude.
Yep. Do that.
And you're able to synthesize a Borg-infused antidote. Or Borg nanite-infused antidote.
So as he puts together the sample, he goes, "I believe we have what we need to cure the Hod, as well as La Rock." Turns to talk. Shall we get them from stasis and apply this antidote?
Lore Singer Sasir to La Torg.
Torg here.
Sensors detecting a starship entering the system.
Registering as friendly on our sensors.
It's hard to tell, La. They just entered the edge of the system. I'll try to identify them. Stand by. Where is? And she will try to roll. Her roll. Might actually get it. She got it. Okay. I don't even know if she has a focus in this. Hold on, I have to look her up. Yeah, she doesn't have sensors as a focus. It's not a thing she does often. Nope. La Torg, it looks to be 2 Klingon fighters. They have verifying standby. Gomola energy signatures.
Remain on standby. I'm on my way to the ship.
The Torg, you start heading toward the ship.
I will head toward the ship as well, since we've completed the cure.
Okay.
Can I contact the Boo and say that there's incoming fighters? Prepare your planetary defenses.
Since we're closer to the facility, maybe we should raise the shields?
Oh yeah.
Have them raise the planetary shield.
I will change my direction and go toward the other module, the one to the left.
Okay, so you head to the command module.
Yes.
Do you want Boo Hoka to stay on the ship or go to the station to help Keldar?
Oh, Keldar's. Did we all want to get on the ship? Because I guess they're fighters, aren't they? Maybe we could fend them off with the turrets here. What do you think?
Want those turrets manned and the planetary shield operational.
Is it a planetary shield or just over the facility?
Just the default is just over the facility, but with a bit of programming, it could be extended out around to where the ship's currently landed.
Ah, okay. Well, does Kaldar want to do that?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Control engineering difficulty 2.
Okay. Can I spend a threat for an extra die?
No, you can't. Not allowed.
Can't?
You can. I'm just being a smart guy.
Okay. EPS system focus apply or not?
No, add complication. Increase complication, it would.
Okay. Three successes.
So gain a momentum as you are able to extend the shields.
And actually, since I did an engineering task, I should be able to re-roll that 17.
Oh, because you spent a threat.
Yeah. 4 successes.
What would you like?
Or actually, that's 5 successes. Because that 2 is beneath my engineering score.
You just gain 2 more momentum, essentially. Cut to the system map. Okay, so let's shrink you guys down a little bit. Actually, fighters. Oh, shoot. Guy. They're huge. No, I'm just kidding.
Are they within communication range?
Yes, there would have to be a roll, though, to try to contact them.
Alright, seeing as I'm already on the bridge, I can do that.
That is... Control Engineering Diff 2.
Ooh.
Whoops, I don't know why I had that in GM roll, but that was 1 success. Your 11 is 1 success. Yep, that's 2. You're able to get a channel open.
Okay. This is Commander Torg of the... What the hell's the damn ship's name?
Doktanaka.
The Dakchuka. Close enough. Identify yourselves. And your intents.
Surrender your ship, Doktanaka, and we will give you a quick death.
Try it, and you will be the ones dying today.
Perhaps today is a good day to die. We're now in combat rounds. One of the ships will attempt to pierce through the, fly through the asteroid field.
Torg to Tarkin.
generate a threat. Turn goes to you guys.
Would target be on the bridge with Torg?
I presume you're both going to the bridge, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we get Keldar to board before we launch? Or do we want to launch the Don Chinaka at all?
Can
We
I?
are launching, but I want
Since-
I want those defense facilities operational now. Give us a little bit of breathing room.
Sasir points out that despite the Boo's ability to defend the facility as he was, it is more appropriate for an officer to be in command, because he's used to working with you. Sergeants can be a little. He may be a little busy with repairing the ship as he is already, unless you want to take him off the ship and have him go over to the facility so you can get Keldar back. Because otherwise the facility's defenses can't be automated. They have to have somebody commanding the turret guys what to shoot at.
I was going to ask, since we're in the same shield bubble, is it possible to do essentially a site-to-site transport from the facility to the Chinaka?
In essence, yeah. Like, I'm not making you use up a whole turn to get there. You would just spend it. You're well, sorry. You still would, because it'd be a task roll either way, whether you're beaming or running over to the ship. Your turn would be running, getting yourself from the facility to the ship.
I think I will stay and remain in command of the facility while the Chinaka launches to intercept the fighters. Unless Torg orders me otherwise.
No, I want you in charge of the facility. Target those fighters and commence firing as soon as they are within range.
Your cannons are close range, so so you can decide when you want to fire. If they're in the same square as the planet is, that's close range. That's presumed to be in orbit or on the planet. Any adjacent areas are considered medium. The difficulty, because cannons are a close range weapon, it would be from diff 2 to diff 3 to shoot out there, and then it's diff 4 to shoot further than that. So I imagine at most you'd want to shoot if they're adjacent to you or if they're in the same area as you are. You could theoretically shoot at this guy, but it'd be diff like 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So it'd be a diff 5 shot from where you are. So I imagine you want to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple minutes before the ship is ready to take off anyways.
Yeah. Well, that leaves it with either Tarkin or Torg to do an action.
Can't you launch the ship with your action to get it into space?
Engines are still warming up.
Oh, okay.
We had to take systems down to initiate repairs. So she's going through the initiation cycles. So it'll be a turn or two.
Well, if I can scan for weakness will only apply until my next.
Until the next attack. It actually stays for a while.
Okay, well, I guess I can
Do that.
That would be to scan the nearest fighter. Oh wait, I already know the answer. It is a... It's a diff 4 control science, because they're actually some distance away from me still.
Okay, control science 15. I can use sensors operations and be assisted by the ship as well.
Correct. And actually you have a science department again, so it's the ship will help a little bit, is a little better at helping you than it was before.
And because I've got technical expertise, I can re-roll 1d20.
Yep.
But I might use an extra. Use a.
Momentum?
I'll just use momentum, yeah,
Okay.
rather than threat. And
Ships no.
and I'll re-roll the 15. The complication's still 20, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. 5 successes.
So you gain a momentum. So you now have a. You found a weakness in the forward fighter. That's Tarkin's turn done. Goes back to them. Blue fighter will try to go through the field. Spent a threat just to get an extra die on this roll.
Leave you that momentum. So,
Whoops, I spent one here. Whoops, sorry. Darn, you caught me.
It's been an extra threat.
Okay. No. One of that last die is for the ship assisting. I'm just rolling them all together.
Got it.
That barely makes it. Okay. Lies there. Turn goes back to you guys. That'd be Tord or Keldar.
Keldar, what are the sensors telling us about the weaknesses of the ship that you scanned?
Tarkin's the one that scanned for their weaknesses.
I think it just reduces the difficulty to hit it. Is that right?
Scan it for weakness. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure I'm not misquoting here. Okay. So the next time, the next attack you do, basically your attack has the piercing 2 quality, so the resistance is a lot lower. And if you buy any extra dice on the attack roll, you get bonus damage for each die you buy.
Ooh. Nice. I report ship at 50% and rising. We have enough power to at least initiate cloak if necessary.
That's right. That's right. You have no weapons or shields on at the moment. Though you're benefiting from the planet shield, so
Yeah.
in essence. So what action would Torg or Keldar like to take?
I'd like to initiate the cloak for the time being until we are fully powered.
Okay. That will be a roll. That is control plus engineering, difficulty 2. Ship tries to assist you. Ooh.
Ship
And it actually succeeds. So
difficulty 2, so that's 2 success.
you're able to initiate the cloak. That eats up 3 of your power, of your 10, so you're down to 7 power. Turn goes back to them. I'm gonna double check what I think fighters only have cannons. I don't think they get banks. I'm pretty certain. I'm gonna double check that. Also, I'm just wondering if they're gonna shoot right away or not. I mean, they could try anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, but I just made it a little bit harder for them to find us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they can't even shoot at the Duck Tanaka anymore because it's cloaked. They can still shoot at the facility.
Our next turn, I'm taking off.
Do I have an indication of how strong the facility shields are?
It's rating. It will. You basically have 10 worth of shields.
Okay. And these are disruptor cannons, right?
Yes. So they're close range weapons primarily. You can fire further out. It's just harder.
And for the purposes of scale, plays a into the purposes of damage, right?
Yep. This facility has enough power to act as if it was scale. Okay, I have the wrong number in my head. Hold on. Gotta double check. Scale 8, yeah.
Okay.
So it'd basically be cannons at 2, so it'd be like 10 challenge dice with vicious.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wait, is that right? It's security plus. I can't do. I've run this system before. Everybody, don't mind me. Because it's security plus weapons, not the scale of the
Did
ship.
you already finish your other bolt?
So be. No, other way. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. It's scale plus security. So it'd be. I said 8. 8 plus security. Plus 2 more. So effectively 12 challenge dice disruptor cannons.
Okay.
For base. Just want to make sure I wasn't cheating you out of it. I was like, I'm not sure. For some reason, I had in my head you guys were going to try to blow this place up the minute you saw it. It's like, oh, you guys didn't. Like, oh, well, never mind then. I actually have to stat this thing out. That's what I get.
So do the enemy ships take their turn?
They're about to. Move you there because this guy is going to maneuver up to here into close range of the planet. He has to roll because he's already done it. He has to get a diff 1 to even get this. Yep. So he generated 1 threat from that. But that guy's turn is done. Goes back to Keldar.
I'm going to order shots on the blue fighter.
Because there's guys at the cannons manning them, you can either use control or presence security. Difficulty of 2.
Control or presence. Plus.
Okay.
Spend a momentum for an extra die.
Okay.
And does my disruptor's focus apply here?
Yes. You just have disruptors flat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's 6 successes? No, sorry. That's just 3.
I was like, sorry, what?
No, I was totally, grossly overestimating the focus.
There's medals for that, but anyway. You generate a momentum. And roll for me 12 challenge dice. Oh, this is vicious. Oh no. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ow.
Is that like 3 breaches?
Well, it has 2 resistance because of its scale. So that gets reduced to 13. Its shields pop, that's 1, plus an additional 5. Sorry, I did 5 at all, plus shields, that's 2 breaches. Yeah, the fighter's disabled. Because it has breaches equal to its scale.
I will come in and report 1 fighter disabled.
The other fighter is going to try to fly over. Got at least 1 hit, so it gets over there. I'm going to spend 2... I don't have any threat. I was about to spend your momentum. I can't do an extra turn. So new round. They have the last side to act was enemy side, so you guys get to act first in the second round. So it's either Keldar, Torque, or Tarkin.
Shall I shoot again?
You certainly can.
I will shoot again. And this is the one that Tarkin had scanned, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you going to buy any additional dice?
Yeah, I will buy an additional die. So that is 4 successes.
So 2 momentum generated. Uh-oh. They're in trouble. Add, you bought 1 additional die, so 13 challenge dice.
Challenge.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Spend momentum to reroll.
Yeah, because that's going to be reduced to like 6. They'll only do 1 breach.
Okay, so I spend a momentum to reroll all the zeros.
Okay.
Just give me a second, guys.
Sure.
That's 9.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's 9. Not 9.
And it's disabled.
I'm going to come in and say, second fighter has been disabled.
Blah. Good work. Are they just floating in space then?
Yeah, they're just dead in space now.
Maybe can we tractor them in? I don't know whether... Are there any tractor beams?
Yeah, you could track them into your ship if you wanted. Once you get into orbit and decloak and all that.
Yeah. And then apprehend the pilots.
Would we want to apprehend them, or would we want to
just kill them.
execute them?
Yeah, execute them. I think execute them, that's the Klingon way, right? Now we have fighters.
Okay, I am back.
Report from Keldar. The second fighter has been disabled. We have them. Actually, I should be in the bridge, not here. Sorry. Keldar's not here. He's elsewhere. He's at the station, so I'll put him like that. No, that's jail.
That is excellent news. Therefore I can power down the ship.
I suggest we go into orbit and tractor those fighters into our cargo bay, into our shuttle bay.
Then let's go ahead and do that. Make it so.
All right, give me
Once we do, we'll re-land the ship and finish repairing.
control security difficulty 2.
Is that on me?
Actually, it is a tactical roll. Yep, it's because tactical system.
During those operations, can Tarkin administer the antidote to Pod and Laroruk?
You'll
As
head
soon
off
as
to.
possible.
Give me control medicine difficulty 2. The ship does assist because the computer would help you figure it out.
You said difficulty 2, didn't you?
Yes.
I will buy a dice with momentum.
Okay.
Just in case.
Actually, it's a new scene anyway, so you lose a momentum. Forgot about that. Oh, and the ship helps. Sorry. Roll. Hey. You're able to administer the antidote to Oda and Rurik. They should recover before the day's out.
Tarkin will report to Torg. The antidote has been successfully administered to the captain and first officer. I believe the nanites that you have provided had greatly assisted in making it more potent than usual.
Excellent news. I will remain in command until the captain steps foot back on the bridge.
I'll make notes of the modified antidote with the nanites to store into our database.
For 2 momentum, that can be a permanent file you have in your replicator database.
Okay, that just in case.
Make it so.
The last bit of bookkeeping to do, because the mission has been, you succeeded at the mission and you now have a place to repair the ship for a bit. You have captured the 2 ships. Are you going to attempt to recruit the Klingons in question, or are you going to execute them? Because I assume you're not going to keep them as prisoners of war. You could, but I doubt you're going to because you're Klingons.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what they have to say for themselves. If they are willing to join our cause, so be it. If not, I will execute them myself.
Who wishes to try to talk to them to see about their, if you can, where their loyalties lie?
What's the difficulty?
Be insight security difficulty 2.
Can I use my value of there's no escape for traders to convince them that it's their death, otherwise they will, or they can join an honourable cause?
Yeah, you can spend that value. That gets you 2 hits. Rest of it's just great.
Today is a good day to die. Or have I used that already?
You haven't used it already, but wouldn't be able to use it at this point because someone's one of you would be the main roller here. You are considered the CO. You could give him. You could spend your. You could give him your determination because you're the acting CO, so he can have a spare in case he rolls complications or something.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
What was the role again? Presence.
insight security. Difficulty 0, effectively. You're just gaining momentum. And checking to see if you roll complications.
Can I buy a dice? Since
for 2 momentum, yeah.
Yeah. Would the persuasion focus apply here? Or would it be intimidation?
Yeah, I'd take persuasion. Because you're talking to them and you're trying to figure out how they're going to feel about it.
There goes that. I'll just buy off that complication.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to, after talking with them, the raiders that you run into, as you talk to them, you learn that they're not so much inspired to follow your cause because they see it as an honorable pursuit. It's more that you guys are being a little more... you're not holding a gun to their head all the time to get them to follow your orders. You're just appealing to their sense of honor, and they kind of appreciate that they're being appealed to as warriors, not as...
Prisoners?
As prisoners or draftees. It's like, we actually signed up for this. Why is Gamola is a very brutal leadership. Rule by fear, not by loyalty. So you're able to sway them to your cause.
Is there any loyalty to House Martok from them?
They are loyal to... Having served House Gamola, they're loyal to the cause of not dying. Because Gamola either hires mercenaries or his personal crew are, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I will shoot you. Like, very old school Klingon. So they're loyal to the Empire because the Empire is tougher than they are, rather than any sense of honor or obligation. They're loyal because it could kill them. But if they could kill it, then they're not scared of it anymore. Martok they respect only because he has a bigger fleet than Gamola does. For now.
Can I use my house influence on them?
Give me presence command difficulty 2.
Do we have any momentum left?
That would have been... Sorry, I didn't count the momentum there. I didn't think there was another roll coming up. My bad. That would have been 2 successes. There's 2 momentum. Which, oh no, he would have...
I used it for the...
Yeah, you would have
I think we had one, or you can give him threat.
I'll give threat then.
Okay. For just 1 die or 2 dice?
For 1. Make it 2 dice.
Okay. I have threat again. 1, 2, 3. So you gained a momentum with a complication.
Did he use his determination point?
He did when he gave his determination to you.
Okay.
Complication will have to stand. You don't have a way to buy it off, really, and you don't have a way to re-roll. Unless, I take that back, I think you have some talents left, don't you? You have 1 talent slot. You could take up the... you bought with threat. You could take bold command.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll add it to my repertoire right now.
Okay, so you can re-roll that 20 because you spent threat to buy dice.
Hopefully I spelled that right.
Oh, I should double check that. Oh, that would go in talents, not values.
Oh. Thank you for that.
I was looking at talents like, where'd it go? Oh, and your ship, your house. Does the ship influence help? Ha, it does. Huh, actually, well, you could take both command anyway, but it actually generated 2 more momentum because of your house influence. So you actually had 2 momentum to buy it off. So you could keep both command if you want, or you can.
I'll keep it.
You'll keep it, okay.
Because that might come in handy later.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, you're able to convince them that to be more loyal to House Martok, if nothing else.
And since I've gained how many personal soldiers? What are we talking about here?
Total. There's the 6 Rasa scientists, and then there's these 2 fighter pilots.
Okay, so I've gained a total of 8 crew.
Yeah. Oh, no, I forgot that heavy fighters are piloted by 2 people. So that'd be 4 fighter pilots. So actually, that restores your. That actually restores your. Oh no, it doesn't. You need more people. Your con department's actually pretty big. You're almost there to restoring your con department. Your con department's like 3, so you actually need quite a few people. But you're on your way.
Which means I can relieve myself of the con and have them pilot.
Call one of them up to fly. Yeah. But with that though, so you've recruited them, you've taken the ship, you've repaired, you've saved the captain and the commander, the first officer, sorry. You have control of the facility, and you have new fighters. So all in all, a successful mission. And for now, that will be the end of our third tale. For all of you watching out there, thank you very much for watching with us, and we'll see you all hopefully next week. You have a good one.
Whew.